Recording 1.2.
If you want to move ahead in your career, you also need to evaluate your progress regularly. If you do that, you get a better idea of what you're good at and also of the areas that you need to work on. When a challenge presents itself, you have to take it on. If you play it safe all the time, if you just settle into a routine, you'll never move ahead in your career.
If you always do what you've always done, you'll only get what you've already got.
Recording 1.3.
Good morning, VTS. Which department, please?
I'd like to speak to Carmen Diaz in Human Resources, please.
Thank you. Hold on, I'll put you through.
Hello, Human Resources.
Hello, is that Carmen Diaz?
Speaking.
Yes, I'm phoning about your advert in Careers Now. Could you send me an application form, please?
Certainly. Can I take some details? Could you give me your name and address, please?
Yes, sure. It's Christophe Boiteau, which is B-O-I-T-E-A-U-D. And my address is 14 Princess Avenue.
Recording 1.4.
Hello. Could I speak to Andrea, please?
I'm afraid she's not here at the moment. Can I take a message?
Yes, please. This is Jacques from Intech. Could you tell her I won't be able to make the training course on Saturday? She can call me back if there's a problem. I'm on 0191 498 0001.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Recording 1.5.
Hi, John. Dave here.
Oh, hello, Dave. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Listen, just a quick word.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think you could let me have the fax number for Workplace Solutions? I can't get through to them. Their phone's always engaged.
I've got it here. It's 020-7756-4237.
Sorry, I didn't catch the last part. Did you say 4227?
No, it's 4237.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
No problem. Bye.
Recording 1.6. Extract 1.
What's my aim? Well, to be honest, I'd like to get to the top as soon as I can. I'm very, ambitious. And if I get the job, I don't see why I couldn't become a director in a few years' time. That's what I really want.
Extract 2.
I applied for the job because I think I've got a lot to offer. I'm competitive and I like to win. I know a few people think I'm difficult to work with. Maybe that's true. But I get results. That's the main thing.
Recording 1.7. Extract 1.
If you choose me, I'll start by improving our sales team. I want people to enjoy working in our sales department. Everyone in the team must help each other and help me as much as possible. That way, we'll get good results.
Extract 2.
I've got a lot of sales experience, and I've always been successful wherever I've worked, especially during the past year. I think I could lead a team well. I'm the head of our local business club, and I like organizing people and telling them what to do. I'm a very fast learner. I'd enjoy going on a training course to help me do the job better.
Recording 1.8. Extract 1.
I want to do a good job for the company. I think we should expand slowly over the next 5 years. We're in a very competitive market, so I won't take too many risks. I think we could increase our market share in the long term, but we must be patient and realistic.
Extract 2.
I feel I have the ability and experience to do this job. I'm a safe pair of hands, as they say. People respect me because I have good judgment.
Unit 2. Selling online. Recording 2.1.
Argos sells goods in its high street stores and online. How do you run these operations successfully side by side?
The key to our success is that we treat the customer as a single individual and we don't treat customers as online customers or store customers. Our experience shows that customers will sometimes buy online, sometimes order on the telephone, and sometimes go into the stores to pick up goods. So we need to understand what our customers want at any one time, or what our customers want depending on the product that they're buying, and serve those customers in the most appropriate way. In terms of our operations are fully integrated. The prices that we show on the website are identical to the prices that you would pay in the store. You can call up a call center and inquire about an order that you place through any channel, whether that's the store, the website, or the telephone. And if you buy something from the website and you don't like what you've got, you can return that item to a store. So running a multi-channel operation is the key to our success. We don't run operations side by side, we run a truly integrated multi-channel offer.
Recording 2.2.
What do you think are the keys to success in online selling?
I think the most important thing is to understand that customers use websites for lots of different reasons. Some people are coming to a website to actually buy something on that day. Other people, and a lot of people, are coming to a website to acquire information either about a product or about the retailer. And the key to selling online is to understand or recognize what the customer wants when they're on your website and try and provide that information. So the keys for us are providing good images and good information, technical information on all of the products that we sell, being very clear about the price of the product and any promotions that are running alongside those products, being very clear to the customer about what the delivery options are for each individual product, and then allowing them to find all of that information and then buy once they're ready.
Recording 2.3.
The key is to understand that not everybody wants to buy from a website. And for us, a lot of our customers will research products online and then go to the store to pick that product up. And so it's about understanding that customers online behave very similarly to customers on the high street. They come and browse, and then they think about it, and then they come back and buy. And again, it's going back to understanding that customers are people. They're not online customers or store customers. They're just customers, and that they will want to do different things at different times. So the key is making a site that is easy to navigate, easy to find, and easy to transact with. And if you can get those key things right, then customers will keep coming back to you.
Recording 2.4.
Let's talk about the time for setting up the website. We want it in a month's time. That's the end of July.
It's a bit early. I was hoping to have 2 months to do the job. If I finish in 1 month, will you agree to reduce the number of pages?
Yes, that's no problem. Just do the best you can. Our priority is to have the website up and running as soon as possible.
Okay, then. Agreed.
Recording 2.5.
Now, about payment. You want to charge us $50 an hour. That works out at $400 a day, I believe.
Yes, that's the normal fee for the job.
Well, we'd prefer to pay you a fixed amount for the work. We can offer you $6,000.
I see. Do you mind if I ask you why you want to pay that way?
Well, you see, that way we can control the cost of the project. If we pay you per hour, the cost could become high. It could get out of control. This way we know where we stand.
I see. $6,000. That could be all right, I suppose, as long as I get some money in advance. How about paying me half when I start the work and half at the end?
Yes, I think we could arrange that. Okay, I agree to that.
Recording 2.6.
Now, the design of the website. Will we have book covers on it?
Absolutely. I'd like to display a large number of book covers on every page. They'd really attract people's attention. What do you think?
It's a bit too much, I'd say. A lot of pictures take too long to download. I prefer one big image. How about that?
I don't know. People like to see the book covers. It draws them into the website, believe me.
Maybe you're right. How about 2 covers per page, then?
Okay, that sounds reasonable. Now, what else do we need to discuss before you get started?
Unit 3. Companies. Recording 3.1.
What are the factors that make IKEA such a highly successful company?
I think for IKEA it starts with a very simple, straightforward business idea that is easy to understand, easy to work with, both for customers as well as co-workers actually. Added to that we have a strong culture in the company that links this together. I think that's one of the big reasons for us being successful worldwide. We have designers who are not only good on designing good-looking products. They understand production. They're working closely with our trading offices around the world. They're going into suppliers, developing with suppliers products in the production line. Then from there on it's about the packaging, how we transport, flat packages, how we bring it into the store, easy to put on the shelf, and then of course for the customer easy to bring home.
Recording 3.2.
How do you stay ahead of the competition in your business?
That again is linked to understanding the market, the customer needs, the trends about that, how people live. Of course also understanding how the competitors are acting, what is going on the market, price developments, new ways of meeting the customer, and be aware of then the trends and how we then can tackle that. But I think by the end of the day, I think IKEA, we are not only about products, we are about offering solution to people's needs and understand that actually we can be very smart and make it practical and not only, again, good-looking furniture.
Recording 3.3.
I think, again, stay true to yourself. Be aware of the market you enter into, but still build on your strength. Don't complicate it in that sense, but still find this kind of combination of we are IKEA in this case, and this is the local market. Where is the differences? What do we need to adjust and adopt? What do we need to understand? And then have an offer that fits that.
Recording 3.4.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming to my presentation. My name's Marta Rodriguez. I'm Personnel Director of Terra Fashions. I'm going to talk to you today about our company. First, I'll give you some basic information about Terra Fashions. Then I'll talk about our overseas stores. After that, I'll outline the strengths of the company. Next, I'll talk about career opportunities with Terra. And finally, I'll mention our future plans. I'll be pleased to answer any questions at the end of my talk. Let me start with some basic facts about Terra. The company started in 1978. We are a family-owned business, and our head office is in Cordoba, Spain. We sell clothes for men and women, and our customers are mainly fashion-conscious people aged 20 to 35. We have 15 stores in Spain. All the stores are very profitable. Right, those are the basic facts. Let me add a few figures. We have an annual turnover of about 260 million euros. Our net profits last year were approximately 16 million euros. We have a workforce of just over 2,000 employees. So those are the numbers. Now, about our overseas stores. We have 4 large stores in France and another 10 in other European countries. We are planning to open 5 new stores next year. What are our strengths? We keep up with fashion trends. If we spot a trend, we can bring out a new design in 15 days. And we get it to the stores very quickly. We deliver to stores twice a week. And we sell our designs at the right price. Okay, now what about career opportunities? It's quite simple. If you are ambitious and fashion conscious, we have opportunities in all areas of our business. We will welcome you with open arms. Finally, a few words about our new project. We are planning to open a new store in New York next year on 5th Avenue. This will give us a foothold in the U.S. market. We're very excited about this new development. Well, thanks very much for listening to my talk. Are there any questions?
Recording 3.5.
As we can see from this chart, our pre-tax profits have fallen from 8.9 million euros 3 years ago to 6.4 million last year. That's almost 30%. It's a dramatic decrease. Of course, we know that one of the reasons for this fall is that there's been widespread price cutting in the industry. Some of our competitors are now offering quality chocolates at considerably lower prices. But surely this doesn't explain everything. There must be other reasons. Yes, Benito?
Well, one thing I have noticed, certainly, is that more and more people in my sales team are becoming demotivated.
Oh.
I've looked into this, and it seems to me that the staff are disappointed by the fall in demand. We all had great expectations about our new products, especially the biscuits and cakes we launched 6 months ago. But they are just not selling well. In addition, even demand for our classic bar is falling.
I think that's a very good point. I know that motivation among production staff, too, is at an all-time low. The thing is, our machinery is now quite old. Some of the machines keep breaking down, and, of course, this causes delays in production.
Right. Well, it seems to me that at least we now have a better picture of the situation. Now, the question is, what are we going to do about it?
Unit 4. Great Ideas. Recording 4.1.
Great ideas are generated in different ways. Sometimes an idea may simply be when a company takes advantage of an opportunity to extend its range, to offer more choice to existing customers. Or a great idea could allow a company to enter a market which was closed to it before. Companies which are prepared to spend a lot on R&D may make a breakthrough by having an original idea for a product which others later copy. For example, Sony and the Walkman. On the other hand, some products are developed in response to customer research. They come from customer ideas. These products are made to meet a need, to satisfy consumer demand. Or the product does something similar to another product, but faster, so it saves time. Some people will buy new products because the product raises their status, gives them a new, more upmarket image. Other people will buy any green product, which reduces waste, or protects the environment, even if it is more expensive. If an idea is really good and the product fills a gap in the market, it may even win an award for innovation.
Recording 4.2.
The Innovation Works at Reading was developed specifically to help the university to interact with business. And it's a special sort of space, a different sort of environment, where businesses can come and develop new product ideas or use creativity techniques to solve problems or to do business development or team building. And it looks very different from a normal office or the sort of facility you would find in a hotel. You can write on all the walls. They're all whiteboard. We use some creative brainstorming software, which is interactive and anonymous, so that it means that everybody's voice is as loud as everybody else's when you're doing a brainstorming session. We use a lot of different techniques to get people to think hard about the things that they're doing or that they want to understand more about. So we do quite a lot of making people think differently and look at problems from different directions.
Recording 4.3.
What is one of the greatest new business ideas, in your opinion?
I think there are two types of innovation. The first type of innovation is where somebody has a wonderful idea that is apparently out of the blue. I think this happens very rarely. The second sort of innovation is where somebody takes an idea and moves it into a completely new space. I think eBay is particularly effective because it took the idea of auctions, buying and selling things that people could do in their own location, and it made it accessible to anybody with access to the internet. It also addressed an unfulfilled need, so something people wanted to do but had no way of doing in the past, and that was to get rid of all the things that they really didn't need to use anymore, and to make money at doing it as well.
Recording 4.4.
Right, can we start, please? The main aim of the meeting is to decide the date of the launch. After that, we'll talk about our marketing strategy and decide which sales outlets we should target. Okay, when are we going to launch the goggles? Katerina, what do you think? Should it be early next year, or should we wait until the summer?
I'm in favor of February or March. There's a gap in the market for our products. Why wait any longer? The goggles are technically advanced. Let's just cash in on that.
Thanks, Katerina. Okay, let's hear a few more views. Kenneth, what's your opinion?
I don't know about February. It's a bit early in the year. I suggest we launch in May or June. People go on holiday then. It's a peak period for buying goggles.
Thanks, Kenneth. Nadia, what's your view? You're a keen swimmer, I know.
In my opinion, February's the best time. We could promote them in swimming pools and opticians. The price should be high. I'd say at least £50.
Hold on a minute. I thought we were talking about the launch date, not about promotion or price.
You're right, Katerina. Let's get back to the point. Okay, everyone. I think, on balance, we agree. We prefer the earlier date. Let's move on now to marketing. Julia, which outlets do you think we should target?
I think we should start with the specialist stores. That's where most swimmers buy their goggles.
What do you mean by specialist stores, Julia? Are you thinking of sports goods outlets? You know, stores which only sell sports equipment?
Exactly. They should be our main target.
Recording 4.5.
Now, I'd like to move on to our most successful product, Protean. As I'm sure you know, our new fabric was named after Proteus, the Greek sea god, who was able to take on different roles and shapes. Indeed, Protean can be used for a wide variety of products because it is extremely flexible. Let me give you some basic information about Protean's three main features. Firstly, it is made from fibres that are similar to nylon and polyester. These fibres are coated with a metallic substance so that the fabric can conduct electricity. In addition, the fabric can be made very thick or very thin, so thin in fact as to become translucent, to let some light pass through. Secondly, as you can experience for yourselves from the samples that are going round, not only is it very soft to the touch, but it's also strong and long-lasting. Finally, it can be made in absolutely any colour. To conclude my presentation, I'd like to tell you about our future plans. We at Fabtech believe that Protean has enormous sales potential. We are currently trying to increase sales by licensing other manufacturers to produce interesting new products with Protean. We already have a licensing agreement with Azra, a Swiss firm, which has created some award-winning products using Protean. You can find the details of some of those products in the leaflet in your folder.
Unit 5. Stress. Recording 5.1.
What are the most common causes of stress at work?
Well, usually it's a combination of things rather than one cause. Some combinations are worse than others. For example, a very bad combination is where someone is under a lot of pressure, but they also feel that they have no control and they feel unsupported. That combination can cause severe stress and depression. People in that situation often feel helpless, that nothing they can do will make any difference. And that's a very bad feeling.
Recording 5.2.
How do you help companies to deal with stress?
Well, we help in two main ways. Firstly, by investigating causes of stress, what we call stress risk assessment. The idea of this is to identify problem areas and/or groups, hotspots, where the risk of stress is high. Secondly, we train managers by raising their awareness of stress and giving them skills to prevent and reduce stress at work.
CD 2. Unit 7. Marketing. Recording 7.1. A.
I really wanted it, but when I tried to buy it, I just couldn't get it anywhere. My friend heard that it was in one shop, and he queued up for ages, but they'd run out by lunchtime.
B.
The company held a party on a riverboat to launch their new campaign. It was absolutely fantastic. We also got a free gift at the end.
C.
The shoes were really expensive, but definitely worth it. I think the fact that they are so expensive really distinguishes them from the competition.
D.
I've had this briefcase for 20 years, and it still looks good. The material is high quality and long-lasting.
Recording 7.2.
What do you think is the key to successful marketing?
Well, I think if you're talking about an individual marketer, then I'd be thinking about three broad areas. I think firstly, having a really passionate curiosity for the customer. Really being prepared to do a lot of hard work to get a deep understanding of their needs, their behaviours and everything that really motivates them. And you've got to get close to them by, you've got to talk to them, you've got to be meeting them regularly. A lot of marketers don't do that. But you've also got to be able to do the hard analysis of all the business data and market research and constantly analysing the data and trends to pick up what's going to be affecting them and their behaviours. So that's customer closeness, and that has to be combined with a really strong business sense, an instinctive understanding of how your company makes money. So the job of a marketer being to match the consumer need that we just talked about with the company's assets and capabilities, so that in the end you make some money, you make a profit. If you don't know the numbers, if you don't know what you make and lose money, you won't be successful and your company won't be successful.
Recording 7.3.
I think the last thing is that as a marketer you have to have really great communication skills, because you're often responsible for things like profit or pricing, but in reality it's another department that actually controls it or delivers it. So it could be sales or finance are actually affecting pricing, even though marketing may be nominally responsible for it. So as a marketer you have to have great sort of influencing skills, communication skills to get people to understand what's behind the strategies, but also to be motivated to deliver them for you and for the business. So I think those are the three things: passionate curiosity for the customer, a strong instinctive understanding of how to make money in the business, and a really strong communication skills.
Recording 7.4.
Can you give us an example of how Oxford Strategic Marketing helps companies with their marketing strategy?
Well, we're working for a major bank just now, and to help them develop their marketing strategy, in particular their customer strategy, using some of the techniques I mentioned before, and in particular market research. Now, a good marketing strategy is based upon a real understanding of customers, as I've said, but beyond that, being able to group customers to understand who are the most attractive to your company and who are the least attractive, and then being able to target your offer and design your offer to meet the needs of the most attractive groups better than your competitors do. Now, a really good way of doing this is using a technique called customer segmentation. It's a market research technique, it's statistical, and what it does is just group similar types of people together based upon their behaviours, their attitudes, where they live, those sort of things. So what we did for this client of ours was to design a questionnaire, to commission it, and then of course to analyse the research. And what we did was we found that statistically there were probably about 8 groups of customers that mattered in this marketplace. And before, the bank had really just been looking at one group of customers, everybody.
Recording 7.5. 1,
255 252.
2,
881 990.
3,
020 8045 1930.
4,
0033 2399 5324.
Recording 7.6.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Recording 7.7.
Hello?
Hello, Fiona. This is Martin. How are things going?
Fine, thanks.
I haven't received your sales report yet for the quarter. Any problems?
Oh, no. Sorry, Martin. I've been really busy lately. But I can tell you we've had excellent results.
Good.
Yeah, we've met our sales targets and increased our market share by 2%. Our total sales were over £1.2 million.
Over 1.2 million. Great. Well done. What about the new range of shampoos?
Well, we had a very successful product launch. We spent £30,000 on advertising it. And
Sorry, did you say 13,000?
No, 30,000. We advertised in the national press, took out space in trade magazines, and did a number of presentations to our distributors. It was money well spent. We've had a lot of orders already and good comments from customers.
I'm really pleased to hear that.
Recording 7.8.
Anything else to report?
Yes, there is one thing. One of my biggest customers will be visiting London next week. She'd like to have a meeting with you.
Fine. Could you give me a few details? What's her name?
It's Mrs. Young-Ju Chan.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Young-Ju Chan. I'll spell that for you. YOUNG-JOOCHAN. She's Korean, actually. She's chief buyer for HDS. Let me give you her telephone number. 822-0735 8879. OK, why not give her a ring? She's expecting to hear from you.
I'll do that. But first, let me read that back to you. It's Young-Ju Chan from HDS, telephone number 822-0735 8875.
No, 822-0735 8879.
OK, I've got that. Just one more thing. Did she say when she'd like to meet?
Yes, she said next Thursday or Friday. That's the 17th or 18th.
What about Friday the 18th? I'll give her a call. Right, I think that's everything.
Fine. I'll get that report to you by the end of the week.
Right. Bye for now.
Bye.
Recording 7.9. 1,
Have you ever bought Crystal bottled water?
Yes, I tried it when I saw it on television.
What did you think of it?
Nothing special, just like any other water, but a bit more expensive.
2,
Crystal is more expensive than some other bottled waters Do you think it's worth paying extra for this brand of water?
Not really. It's got a fresh taste, I suppose.
Do you think it's healthier than other bottled waters?
Well, they say it is in the advertising. It could be, but I don't really know. I'll tell you in 40 years' time.
3.
Do you buy Crystal bottled water regularly?
No, I can't find it in the supermarkets. If it's not in the supermarkets, where am I supposed to buy it?
4.
When I say Crystal bottled water, what word do you think of?
Expensive. I haven't tried it because I can get a similar bottled water for half the price.
5.
Have you tried Crystal water?
I've never heard of it. Where can you buy it?
Unit 8. Planning. Recording 8.1.
Recently, we decided to open a new sales office in New York. First, I arranged a meeting with the finance department to discuss the project. We prepared a budget with details of the various costs involved. Then we collected information about possible locations for the new office. We considered 2 options, one in Greenwich Village and the other near Central Park. After doing some more research, I wrote a report for the board of directors. Unfortunately, we made a mistake when we estimated the costs as the exchange rate changed, and so we didn't keep within our budget. We overspent by almost 20%. We had to rearrange the schedule for moving into the building because the office was not redecorated in time. The board of directors was unhappy because we didn't meet the deadline for opening the office by the 15th of December. It finally opened in January. However, we forecast sales of at least $500,000 in the first year.
Recording 8.2.
What are the most important things to do when planning in business?
It's important to have a clear idea about your business goal. Don't worry about the jargon. It's often called mission statements or vision statements. But just remember that you cannot plan a journey without a destination in mind. So you need to know where it is you want to get to. Choose the structure for your business very carefully and don't reinvent the wheel. There is a lot of good guides out there in the marketplace. This structure will then lead you logically and sequentially through all the activities that you need to do. Planning is very, very important. For startup businesses, new businesses, you can make your mistakes on paper. And for established businesses embarking on new projects, the same applies. One particular tip, desktop market research is great and is very valuable, but research carried out talking to real clients who really want to buy your service or your product breathes life into any plan. Also, if you talk to clients and potential clients and find they don't like your offer, you can then find out what it is you would need to do in order for them to buy some adapted or revised offer. So use your clients to market test your ideas and help you to refine your plan. And again, this applies to both startups, new businesses, and established businesses. And with established businesses, it is always worth undertaking independent research. Sometimes clients prefer to talk to third parties, especially if they have concerns. And remember that it is the analysis of these concerns that helps shape the business moving forward and make it a better business.
Recording 8.3.
How often do you think businesses should revise their plans?
knowledge collection never stops, so business plans must be regularly updated and used as working tools. The hard work that goes into a business plan, researching clients, competitors, the marketplace, will be repaid again and again if you keep it all up to date. A business plan isn't something you do for your board or your bank or for Tuesday or for Wednesday or your shareholders and then you use it as a doorstop. Your working business plan is a template for any plan that you might produce for an external funder, someone that you're looking to put money into your business to help you start, whether it's a bank or a business angel or an equity partner, or even someone who might want to buy your business outright. So the business plans are your route map, and any diversion should be noted. The destination, of course, always remains the same.
Recording 8.4.
Can you give us some examples of businesses which were helped through good planning?
Small and medium-sized businesses, SMEs as they're called in the trade, those that grow fast and profitably always have good business plans and good business planning processes. And this has been identified as one of their critical success factors. And the best SMEs involve people in the creation of their plans to ensure ownership. There's no point in imposing a plan and then asking people to follow it slavishly. The worst employees will, the best won't. The best companies communicate them all to their staff. Everyone needs to know the destination and be inspired by it. Everyone needs to understand their personal contribution to achieving the goals set out in the plans, and they must have their targets and own them accordingly. There's no business that is not helped by good planning. The best example is green and black chocolate, which is quite a famous one. Now that's owned and was run by a chap called William Kendall. Before he had that business, he owned a business called the Covent Garden Soup Company. And he wanted to sell that business, but he hadn't planned to sell it. And he found it very difficult to sell. It took him almost 2 years to sell that business because no one believed that they could run it as well as he could. So there was nothing in it for the purchaser. When he then made an investment in green and black, he immediately planned to sell the business. And what he did was he went to Cadbury's and said, "Would you like to take a stake in my business?" And Cadbury's took 10%. Several years later, Cadbury's have now bought them out. And that's good planning.
Recording 8.5.
We need to decide exactly when we're going to move. Any suggestions?
I think July would be the best time. It's very quiet then, isn't it?
You mean we don't do too much business then?
Exactly. Our sales are always down that month and quite a few staff are away on holiday. We could move all the office equipment at the weekend, do everything at once. That's the best way.
Could I just say something?
Go ahead.
I think we should take longer to move. A weekend's too short. In my opinion, we should do it department by department.
How do you mean exactly?
Well, each week a different department would move. That way there would always be people here who could handle customer inquiries, phone calls and so on.
I see what you mean. Maybe it would be better to phase the move over several weeks. Of course, we'll have to keep our staff informed at every stage of the move. We can do that mainly by internal email. Now, moving on to the question of transport. We've contacted 2 companies, National Transport and Fox Removals.
Sorry, could I just comment on that, Mark?
Certainly.
I don't think it would be a good idea to use National. I've heard 1 or 2 things about them. I don't think they're too reliable, but Fox would be fine. They've got an excellent reputation in the trade.
OK, perhaps it would be better to use Fox then. You know, there's another possibility. We could get our own people to do the moving.
What, you think our transport department could do the job?
Why not? They're not too busy in July.
I don't think that's a good idea. This is a really big job. We need a specialised firm for that, like Fox. They've got the experience and will do a good job, even if it does cost us a bit more. Also, Fox offers a free consultation service.
You're probably right. I'll call Fox and discuss the relocation with them. I'll see if I can persuade them to lower their price a little.
Recording 8.6. A.
I'd like a really interesting report on an important business topic. Something that makes you think. Plenty of facts and details. If a company's having problems, give us all the information. If there's a new tax affecting business, tell us all about it.
B.
I think the presenters should be two young people with lots of personality who know a bit about business. A male and female. That'd be perfect.
C.
Please, don't be boring. What about a funny story? Something light, which will make us laugh on our way to work.
D.
The program must be lively. Maybe you could have a topic for the day and get people to phone in with their opinions. Then we could talk about it at work.
E.
We'd all like short interviews with important people. Maybe some advice. They could talk about mistakes they had made and how to avoid them.
Unit 9. Managing People. Recording 9.1.
What do managers need in order to be good managers of people?
They need to understand that there are things that motivate everyone, and these are some very familiar common themes, like people care about their families, everybody wants to make a difference, everybody needs to be respected. But then the more difficult thing is to understand how everybody is unique and different to the way you as a manager are. And the secret here, therefore, is to try to know what the world looks like through the eyes of another person, of each other person who reports to you. In order to do that, you need to perfect the art of asking questions and listening to people, and asking not just any questions, but questions that really tell you about what a person's drivers, unique motivators are, and what a person's concerns are in the situation that you share.
Recording 9.2.
What changes have you noticed recently in the way people behave at work?
I think everything is moving much faster. We used to be going at 50 kilometers an hour, and now we're going at 150 kilometers an hour. People are trying to do more and more in less and less time. And the most important thing is to stand back and take a strategic view, as from a helicopter, you might say, to see where what you're doing fits into a bigger picture, and to make time to reflect. We don't reflect enough. It's one of the things that gets driven out, gets destroyed by the amount of time pressure that we're under. So standing back is what I would recommend people to do.
Recording 9.3.
Managing international teams can present particular problems. How can managers prepare themselves for this?
The hardest thing, of course, is to figure out what you take for granted that other people don't take for granted. And it's because we take it for granted that we don't even think about it, the assumptions that we make. You step into another culture and you need to realize that you might understand what you don't take for granted anymore, but do you understand how much other people are taking for granted in the new culture? Otherwise, these cultural differences, although they're very important, to some extent, are superficial. The real differences are still the important differences between people. You go and work in another culture, and just because people look the same through your eyes doesn't mean to say they are the same. They are unique and different individuals, and you really need to remember that.
Recording 9.4. 1.
This is Jenny. I'm ringing about the conference. Great news. I've found a hotel with good rates. So, how many rooms do you want to book?
2.
Hi, this is Jason. I'm phoning about the management training course. I want to confirm my place on the course. By the way, who's leading it? Thanks.
3.
Oh, hello. This is Carol. I'm ringing about next Friday's meeting. I've got 2 questions. Firstly, how many people will there be at the meeting? And secondly, what time will it finish? Okay, bye.
4.
Hi, this is Maria from Finance. I'm phoning about the budget. How much did you spend on the Tokyo trip? I need to fill in the expenses claim by Friday.
Recording 9.5.
What are you planning this evening, Rachel?
Nothing really. Maybe I'll look over my notes for tomorrow's presentation.
Look, why don't you relax a little? I'm going to a restaurant tonight with a few colleagues. You've met 1 or 2 of them. Would you like to come with us? It's in the town centre. We could have a few drinks afterwards.
Well, it's very kind of you, Alexandra, but I think I'd like to relax at the hotel tonight, if you don't mind. I'm a bit tired, quite honestly.
Are you sure? You'd really enjoy it.
It's very kind of you, but perhaps another time.
Recording 9.6.
I don't know too much about Sweden, really, Sven. What do people here like doing in their spare time?
Well, Martha, Swedish people like to be in the open air. They're very health conscious, so they enjoy playing sports, football, tennis, skiing and ice skating in the winter. And of course, a lot of people have summer cottages by the sea or lakes, so they go there at the weekends and relax, swim, go sailing and so on.
Interesting. And what about you, Sven? What do you usually do after work, in the evenings?
I usually watch television, and often I have a sauna with my family. We enjoy that a lot. How about you, Martha?
Well, generally I spend time with my children and read to them before they go to bed. After that, I sit down, chat to my husband, and then we argue about what to watch on television.
Recording 9.7.
I've really enjoyed the trip, Sven. I'm sure we'll be doing a lot of business together in future.
Yes, there's a lot of potential in Sweden for your products, and we can help you build up sales here.
Good. I think so too. Thanks very much for your hospitality. I really enjoyed the meal tonight. And also thanks for showing me around the city yesterday. It was fascinating. I feel I know Stockholm a bit now.
I'm glad you enjoyed the tour, Martha. We're very proud of our city, as you may know. Well, I hope you have a good journey back. We'll be in touch soon, I'm sure.
Yes. I'll call you as soon as I've talked to my colleagues about your proposal. We'll take it from there.
Goodbye, Martha. All the best.
Bye, Sven.
Unit 10. Conflict. Recording 10.1.
What are the most common causes of disputes at work?
There are a number of causes. The first, I would say, is unrealistic expectations about what a contract can deliver, lack of flexibility, that when expectations are not being met, business people can be not as flexible in the circumstances. Lack of communication, communicating badly, or not communicating at all. Genuine differences of view about how a commercial arrangement is meant to work. A change in personnel, change in management structures, simply a component in a piece of machinery failing, a specification not being sufficiently thought through. Many, many reasons.
Recording 10.2.
And how do you help to resolve such business disputes?
As a mediator, I work with commercial parties in business disputes in a number of ways. Firstly, I will normally work for at least a day. I will set an agenda for the day. I will ensure that I get the personnel who have the ability to make the decision to get involved in the mediation process. I will ensure that we have a full and frank discussion with the parties in dispute about the issues as they understand them. I will ensure that I create an environment so that the parties are able to discuss difficult issues thoroughly, both together and privately. As a mediator, you have to exercise patience and you have to work skillfully with the parties to get a full understanding of not just the history, but particularly the benefits of resolving the dispute for the future. 3 elements: creating focus for a sufficient period of time, creating the right atmosphere for difficult conversations to take place, and making sure you have decision makers willing to grapple with the issues.
Recording 10.3.
We just don't have enough spaces for everyone. We need the spaces for managers and customers who visit us. Sorry, Tracy, but that's it.
Well, you'll have to think again. Our staff arrive early. They need somewhere to park.
Look, Tracy, I understand what you're saying, but it just isn't possible anymore.
Well, that's a typical management attitude. The staff are not going to accept it. I warn you, Tom, this could lead to a strike.
Oh, come on, Tracy. You know we've got a parking problem. We've got to do something about it. OK, how about this? What if we keep 5 spaces for staff and it's first come, first served?
Sorry, that isn't good enough. It's not a solution to the parking problem and you know it.
There is another possibility. How about if the staff park their cars in the car park near the station?
Some of them do that already, but they have to pay quite a bit, you know. The cost goes up every 6 months. You can't expect everyone to do that, surely.
OK, Tracy. What if we could help towards the cost? We might be able to pay, say, 30%?
Yes, it's worth considering. It might help.
Right. I'll discuss this proposal at the next board meeting. Staff will park in the public car park and we'll contribute 30% towards the cost.
Fine. That's it then.
Recording 10.4.
I've been thinking a lot recently, Todd. I think you probably know I'm not happy here at all, and I feel I've got to do something about it.
Really? What exactly is the problem?
I think you know it, Todd. Jacques let me down badly with that order. He just wouldn't make any effort for me. So we've lost the order. It means I don't get the commission, and it'll also affect my bonus.
Olivier, you must understand, you can't promise a customer that will deliver in 3 weeks. It's a busy time at the moment. Jacques working under a lot of pressure.
Maybe, but let's face it. Jacques' no good as a production manager. He can't deal with pressure. He just says, sorry, I can't help. But it's not just Jacques.
Oh, yes?
Well, to be honest, I am not happy with the way you run the department.
I'm listening.
The trouble with you is, you always want to know where I am, every second of the day. You give me no space. You want to control me all the time. How can I meet my sales targets if I have to spend all the time writing reports, answering your telephone messages, and attending meetings? I've got to be out there selling 24 hours a day.
Maybe. But you can't just do what you like, when you like, Olivier. Discipline is important.
Discipline. Control. Look, I've had enough. I've given everything to this company, but no one cares. So I've decided to resign. You'll get my letter in the morning, and I'll send a copy to Charles. He won't be pleased, I'm sure. We've been friends for years. But I just can't work with you, Todd. There's no other solution.
Unit 11. New Business. Recording 11.1.
The economy is stable following the problems of the past 2 years. By following a tight monetary policy, the government has reduced the inflation rate to 2%. After going up dramatically, the interest rate is now down to 8%. The last 6 months has seen a slight improvement in the exchange rate against the dollar. The GDP has grown by 0.15%. Exports are increasing, and the balance of trade is starting to look much healthier. The unemployment rate continues to be a problem as it is still 16%. In order to stimulate the economy and attract foreign investment, the government is offering new tax incentives as well as making a renewed effort to reduce government bureaucracy. Finally, a large skilled labour force means there could be attractive investment opportunities over the next 5 years.
Recording 11.2.
What are some of the problems facing new businesses in your experience?
I think some of the problems facing new businesses are really to do with management skills. Often a new business is formed out of somebody who has a really good idea, has a really good hobby, has a really good knowledge of a certain thing, such as anything from biology to carpentry, and they form a business out of that core knowledge. The problem is they don't have enough business knowledge to go around that, so enough knowledge of finance and bookkeeping, of marketing, of human issues, HR issues for want of a better word, or of the fact that these need to be in a small business integrated. So it really is a lack of business and management skills that I find is the real main problem with 90% of the new businesses that I work with.
Recording 11.3.
I think this is a very big problem, particularly in the UK. There are so many different agencies that say they help small businesses to get advice.
It's very patchy in some areas of the UK. They're very good. In other areas, they're very poor. And it's difficult for a lot of people starting a business or small businesses who have been in operation for a while to access them. So lawyers help small businesses, accountants help small businesses, banks say they help small businesses. Increasingly, universities help small businesses. And then you have a myriad of independent consultants who want to sell their services to small businesses. So there is a lot of help out there. The trouble is it's a very fragmented and complicated picture. And we often find that people running small businesses are so confused they don't bother. And that's a problem because they need to bother.
Recording 11.4.
Can you give us an example of a successful new business and why you think it succeeded?
We work with a company called MEPC, which owns business parks. They own a very big business park near here, down the A34, called Milton Park. And the MD of that park came to me and said one of the big businesses on the park was downsizing, and that they had some very bright young electrical engineers who were thinking of going to Wales, where there is money available for the development of new businesses through the Welsh Development Agency. And he thought he didn't want to lose them. He thought that they could build a business on the park and therefore retain the business and grow a business which would be good for the park. He asked me to talk to them. Now, they had a very good product. They had a product which allowed for engines to be converted to using vegetable oil. So we helped them to develop their business planning. To some extent, they were in the right place at the right time. They had the right product from an environmental perspective. They had the right product from the point of view of oil prices going up. But what they didn't have was any business skill. And so we spent 2 years with them building their business skills, looking at their marketing, their sales, their financials, their structure issues of how they would build a company. And that was hugely important. So whilst they were in the right place at the right time, whilst they did have the right technology product, they recognised that they didn't have business skills. And that recognition, I am sure, allowed them to grow properly. This year they will turn over between £750,000 and £1 million, which is very good in 2 years. And they are now forward planning their business on a proper business footing. So I think the reason that they have succeeded is they recognise what they didn't know and have built upon it, which is the need for good business skills.
Recording 11.5.
I usually get to work before my boss arrives, and as soon as I arrive, I check my email and post. I usually try to answer all important inquiries before I go to lunch. While I'm having lunch, I often discuss problems with colleagues. When I work long hours, I can take time off another day. I have a lot of flexibility over when I arrive at the office and when I leave, depending on the daily workload.
Recording 11.6. 1. A.
47.
B.
362.
C.
1,841.
D.
15,000.
E.
36,503.
F.
684,321.
G.
4,537,295.
2. A.
3.5.
B.
2.89.
C.
9.875.
3. A.
3/4.
B.
1/8.
C.
6/7.
D,
A half.
E,
2/3.
4, A,
15%.
B,
50%.
C,
97%.
D,
100%.
5, A,
£80.
B,
$5,800.
C,
150,000 euros.
D,
20,000 euros.
Recording 11.7. 1.
And here is the business news. This month, inflation is up by 1.2%. The unemployment rate is now 5%, giving an overall figure of 1,258,000.
2.
Laser plc, the supermarket giant, reports that profits rose 12% to just over $1.8 billion, with sales increasing a healthy 18%.
3.
General Engineering said it would reduce its workforce by 1/3 over the next 5 years, resulting in the loss of 5,000 jobs.
4.
The central bank has reduced interest rates by 0.5%. Turning to the world economy, this will grow by 2.8% next year.
Unit 12. Products. Recording 12.1.
My house is the best thing I've ever bought, as it's the place my children have grown up in. It's full of memories, both good and bad, but it's a place we call home, and we feel safe and secure in it. Everyone is welcome.
The best thing I've ever bought is a book about people from different religions. It made me think about how I deal with people and the way I do business in general. I can say that it changed both my understanding of and my attitude to life. I wholeheartedly recommend it to anyone whose job, like mine, involves managing people.
The best thing I've ever bought was my bed. It's the place I spend most of my life in, and it was the first piece of furniture I bought here in Budapest, and it has served me very well over the last 10 years.
The best thing I've ever bought is my car, which I bought 8 months ago. It's actually the first thing I've done for myself in all my life. I never thought of a car as something I actually needed, since I live in the center of town, close to my workplace, but a friend talked me into it, saying it would make me feel more independent. And how right she was! Of course it has its bad sides. I'm getting fatter day by day since I rarely go walking or cycling. No regrets, though.
I find that a rather difficult question. Well, I'm a very practical person, and I usually buy things that I really need. So, something that I bought and was very happy with was a pair of rubber boots. Where I live, it rains and snows an awful lot in autumn and winter. For years I'd been trying to find nice quality shoes that would keep my feet dry, but all in vain. My yellow wellies may not be the peak of elegance, but they had just the job. They are certainly one of the best things I have ever bought.
Well, it would have to be the plastic play kitchen which I bought for my daughter's 2nd birthday. I don't think I've ever, before or since, bought anything that has given any one person so much pleasure. I cannot count the hours she spent playing with it, or the number of pretend cups of tea she made me in the accompanying plastic kettle. And now, 5 years later, it's enjoying a comeback in the hands of her little brother.
Recording 12.2.
This is our new product, a CD tower system. As you can see, it's attractive and stylish. The tower is made of wood and it holds 20 CDs. Let me tell you its dimensions. It's 33 centimetres high, 18 centimetres long and 20 centimetres wide. It comes in 3 colours, black, brown and white, and its selling price is just under £25, a very competitive price. It's ideal for storing CDs and CD-ROMs. It has several special features which should appeal to our customers. Firstly, it has a soft touch mechanism. This means you just touch a button and the CD comes out smoothly and quietly. Another advantage is that it's easy to select the CD you want because the title is clearly displayed. A very useful feature too is that it's simple to use. You can open the CD case without taking it off its tray. The tower is well designed. It's robust, elegant and user-friendly. It's very flexible. I forgot to mention that because the towers are modular, so you can put one on top of the other. That's a big advantage for people who have lots of CDs. And one other thing, you can save £15 if you buy 2 units instead of 1. I think the CD tower will be one of our best-selling products. It really does meet the needs of music lovers. It's so practical, it's a high-quality product, and great value for money. Are there any questions you'd like to ask?
Copyright Pearson Education Limited, 2007. Introduction. The sounds of English. Vowel sounds.
I. Quick fix. E. Clean sheet. E. Sell well. A. Bad bank. R. Smart card. O. Top job. Or. Short course. Good books. School rules. Much luck. First term. About Canada.
Diphthongs.
A. Play safe. I. My price. Oi. Choice oil. Ow. Downtown. O. Go slow. Ear. Near here. Fair share. Tour.
Voiceless consonants.
Pay. File. Tax. Think. Cheap. Sell. Card. Option.
Voiced consonants.
Buy. Value. Deal. This. Job. Zero. Gain. Decision.
Other consonants.
Mine.
branding, loss, win, net, high, rise, year.
Unit 1. Careers. Recording 1.1.
Tim. Team. Pick. Peak. Bit. Beat.
Recording 1.2.
As in quick fix. Manager. Mechanic. Editor. As in clean sheet. Teacher. Policeman. Art dealer.
Recording 1.3.
She can speak Arabic. She can't speak Greek. She can speak Arabic, but she can't speak Greek.
Recording 1.4. 1.
He can use Visual Basic, but he can't use Java.
2.
She can't start this week, but she can start by the end of the month.
3.
I can't speak Mandarin fluently, but I can understand a lot.
4.
We can let you know next week, but we can't promise anything.
5.
She can use spreadsheets, but she can't design a website.
Recording 1.5. 1.
Can you hold?
2.
Did you say R-E-I-T-H?
3.
Hello? Is that John Reith?
4.
Could you take a message?
5.
Could you tell me your name and address?
Recording 1.6. 1.
Can I have your name?
2.
Just one moment, please.
3.
Hold on.
4.
I'd like to speak to Ms. Allen.
5.
I'm afraid she's in a meeting just now.
6.
Can I take a message?
7.
Could you ask her to call me back this afternoon?
Recording 1.7.
A, as in play safe. A, H, J, K. E, as in clean sheet. B, C, D, E, G, P, T, V. As in sell well. F, L, M, N, S, X, Z. I, as in my price. I, Y. O, as in go slow. O. Oo, as in school rules. Q, U, W. R, as in smart card. R.
Recording 1.8. 1.
Hello, my name's Glenn Strachan. That's STRACHAN.
2.
The address is 47 Buccleuch Square, Edinburgh. I'll spell that for you. BUCCLEUCH.
3.
So I'll go over the name of the street again. El Falaki. That's E-L, new word, F-A-L-A-K-Y. Number 52, Cairo.
4.
I work for De Voist Consultants in Brussels. That's small d-e, new word, V-U-Y-S-T. Got that?
5.
Miyako. Sure. M-I-Y-A-K-O.
Recording 1.9. 1.
00 386 61 24661 87.
2.
00 90 212 613 3367.
Recording 1.10. 1.
If you'd like more details, please call our Bucharest office on 0040 3322 040.
2.
And our number in Tunis is 216 1 768 009.
3.
Please contact our Montevideo subsidiary. The country code is 598 and their number is 2600 5467.
4.
Yes, we do have an office in Madrid. The number is 328 6753. The country code is 34, by the way, and then 91 for Madrid.
5.
Our agent in Bratislava can be reached on 4217 753 0886.
Unit 2. Selling online. Recording 2.1. 1.
Retailer. Payment. Exchanged.
2.
Refund. Discount. Offer.
3.
Method. Offer. Stock.
4.
Return. Service. Purchase.
5.
Groceries. Clothes. Negotiate.
6.
Dispatch. Sales. Exchange.
Recording 2.2. 1.
Online retailers have to offer secure guarantees to the public.
2.
We have to order some photocopying paper.
3.
Their site is easy to visit. You don't have to register.
4.
You'll have to pay on receipt of the goods.
5.
They'll have to redesign their website.
Recording 2.3. 1.
If we want them to finish this month, they'll have to work weekends.
2.
If they have to work weekends, they'll need to be paid overtime.
3.
If they're paid overtime, our production costs will increase.
4.
If our production costs increase, we may have to raise our prices.
5.
If we raise our prices again, no one knows what will happen.
Recording 2.4.
Right, let's get started, shall we? If we buy 100 hit and 200 tournament tennis rackets, what discount can you offer us?
On an order of that size, and since it's your first order with us, we can offer 5%. But then we can offer 10% off all quoted prices for further orders above 6,000 euros.
All right, that sounds reasonable. Now, if we place an order this week, will you be able to deliver the goods within 2 weeks?
Certainly. And as regards payment, we would expect you to pay by bank transfer as soon as the goods have been shipped.
Well, we'd rather pay by letter of credit.
Let me think about that. If we agree to let you pay by letter of credit, then you'll have to pay within 30 days, and you'll have to be responsible for insurance as well.
Fine. That's it then. I think we've covered everything.
Recording 2.5. 1.
If we order 200 units, will you give us a 10% discount?
I'm afraid we can only offer 5% on orders of that size.
2.
We would expect you to cover insurance as well.
Sorry, but we can't agree to that. We can only cover freight.
3.
We'd like you to deliver immediately.
I'm sorry, but that's not acceptable. We can just guarantee delivery within 10 days.
4.
We'll ship the goods by train. Is that all right?
We'd rather you ship them by road, in fact.
5.
You'll have to pay us in advance this time.
Well, we'd prefer to pay you on delivery as usual.
Unit 3. Companies. Recording 3.1.
1 syllable. Deals. Makes. 2 syllables. Involves. Recruits. 3 syllables. Finances. Develops.
Recording 3.2. 1.
Raises.
2.
Starts.
3.
Employs.
4.
Delivers.
5.
Improves.
6.
Increases.
7.
Costs.
8.
Produces.
Recording 3.3. 1.
Finances.
2.
Raises.
3.
Increases.
4.
Produces.
Recording 3.4. 1.
We need people who are reliable.
2.
The chocolates are made in Turin.
3.
Our new products are not selling well.
Recording 3.5. 1,
We're making good progress.
2,
We make luxury chocolates.
3,
They do a lot of business with India.
4,
They're doing quite well this year.
5,
We develop 10 new products every year.
6,
We're developing a new computer system.
Recording 3.6.
Zenger Furniture Company RT, ZFC RT, specializes in manufacturing and retailing office furniture. Based in Pezsvárad, in the south of Hungary, we are the leading Hungarian company in our field. We operate 8 stores located throughout the country and employ 145 people altogether. Last year, our sales rose to over 40 million euros, which represents a 19% increase over the previous year. Our earnings before interest and tax were 4.9 million euros, or 12% of sales. This result is better than the result we achieved the year before, when the margin was equal to 8.7% of sales.
Recording 3.7.
So, Mr. Chevral, your company is called Espace Mode. Is that how you say it?
That's right, yes, exactly.
Where are you based, and what exactly do you do?
We're situated in Grenoble, and we're manufacturers and retailers of clothes under the Secoul and Mirabel brand names.
Who are your customers?
Young men and women from all walks of life, in the age range 16 to 25. People who want to feel good and look beautiful. And we also supply wholesale products to agents and mail-order catalogues.
What's the current position of your company, and how many people do you employ?
Well, we're among the French top 3 in the clothing sector. And as regards our workforce, we employ almost 300 people.
Now that we're on to figures, would you like to give us some financial information?
Certainly. Last year we achieved an annual turnover of over 190 million euros and generated profits of 7.6 million. That is to say, 4% of sales.
Finally, how about the future?
We're working on exciting new designs which will reflect a completely new concept of teenage fashion. I'm sure this will make Espace Mode the leader of the European fashion market.
We're certainly looking forward to seeing those new designs. Thank you very much, Mr. Chevral. We now come to the end of our business programme.
Unit 4. Great Ideas. Recording 4.1. 1,
Started. Decided.
2,
Developed. Introduced.
3,
Exploited. Discussed.
4,
Received. Launched.
5,
Used. Changed.
6,
Finished. Stopped.
Recording 4.2.
1 syllable. Moved. Asked. Touched. 2 syllables. Prepared. Reduced. Wanted. 3 syllables. Attracted. Discovered. Established.
Recording 4.3. 1.
Preferred.
2.
Helped.
3.
Financed.
4.
Adapted.
5.
Offered.
6.
Earned.
7.
Worked.
8.
Advertised.
Recording 4.4. 1.
Were they trying to develop a new drug?
Well, everybody thinks they were.
2.
She was travelling around the world on her own.
Are you sure she was?
3.
Our competitors weren't promoting their range of products very well.
Weren't they really?
4.
The new product wasn't attracting a lot of customers.
Well, in fact, I think it was.
5.
He was planning the next advertising campaign.
Yeah, and he was designing a new product at the same time.
Recording 4.5. Speaker 1.
All right then. It seems that we all agree when we should launch our new product. So let's move on now to advertising.
Speaker 2.
As you all know, the purpose of our meeting this afternoon is to decide how we're going to promote our new range.
Speaker 3.
It's getting rather late, so let's sum up and see what we've got so far.
Speaker 4.
Martin suggested that we should target supermarkets only. How do you feel about this? Helen?
Speaker 5.
OK, everyone. So, our next item on the agenda is our R&D budget.
Speaker 6.
Right. Quite a few suggestions have been made, so let's stop here for a minute and recap.
Speaker 7.
So, you know what the problem is, and you've heard a number of possible solutions. What are your views on this? Kim?
Speaker 8.
I've called this meeting to exchange ideas about a new marketing strategy.
Recording 4.6. 1.
Right, let's now have a look at our sales figures.
2.
I'm not very happy about that, I'm afraid.
3.
Just a minute, please.
4.
Shall we get started?
5.
Let's get down to business.
6.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
7.
What exactly do you mean by specialist stores?
8.
I'm in favour of launching the product just before summer.
Recording 4.7.
Shall we begin? As you know, we're going to launch a major new product, a unique soft drink with low sugar and carbon dioxide content. I've called this meeting for 2 main reasons. Firstly, we still have to agree when exactly we should launch the product. Secondly, we need your ideas for a new name, as many of you are not satisfied with the name Vitafruit. So, let's turn to the launch date.
Sanya, what do you think would be the best date?
Unit 5. Stress. Recording 5.1. 1.
Pressure. Problem. Promotion.
2.
Workload. Lifestyle. Deadline.
3.
Contracts. Asks. Psychologists.
4.
He resigned 3 months ago.
5.
It's a study about stress in the workplace.
6.
She's planned lots of projects.
Recording 5.2. 1.
She's completely changed her lifestyle.
2.
He hasn't seen a stress counsellor yet.
3.
They've appointed a new management team.
4.
They haven't introduced flexi-time yet.
Recording 5.3. 1.
They've never made a presentation.
2.
He's never travelled abroad.
3.
They've gone on a training course.
4.
She's been under a lot of stress.
5.
He hasn't taken time off work this year.
6.
We haven't finished our report.
Recording 5.4. 1.
They were overworked, weren't they?
2.
She's been under stress recently, hasn't she?
3.
They weren't feeling relaxed, were they?
4.
You haven't missed the deadline, have you?
5.
He resigned last week, didn't he?
6.
She didn't come to work yesterday, did she?
Recording 5.5. A.
How about introducing flexi-time?
B.
We could make sure they don't have to work overtime more than once a week.
C.
Well, I suggest you take it home with you and finish it over the weekend then.
D.
Shall we call a meeting to discuss the problem, so we can look for ways of making them less strict?
E.
What about asking your boss to stop putting them up?
F.
Well, I think we should make it absolutely clear to everyone that only mobiles may be used for private conversations.
Recording 5.7. 1.
What about finishing earlier on Fridays? What about finishing earlier on Fridays?
2.
Why don't we have individual interviews with each member of staff? Why don't we have individual interviews with each member of staff?
3.
Have you thought of making working hours more flexible? Have you thought of making working hours more flexible?
4.
I think we should forbid smoking on all our premises. I think we should forbid smoking on all our premises.
5.
Why don't we redecorate the staff restaurant to make it look more cheerful? Why don't we redecorate the staff restaurant to make it look more cheerful?
6.
How about offering staff free yoga classes? How about offering staff free yoga classes?
7.
I suggest that we increase staff holidays from 3 to 4 weeks. I suggest that we increase staff holidays from 3 to 4 weeks.
Unit 6. Entertaining. Recording 6.1.
Change. Program. Theatre. Want. Talk. Starter.
Recording 6.2.
As in about Canada. Company. Corporate. As in bad bank. Access. Thanks. As in play safe. Favourite. Spacious. Or, as in short course. Always. Call. As in smart card. Large. Target. As in top job. Watch. Quality.
Recording 6.3. 1.
She put off the meeting.
2.
She put it off.
3.
I looked up their address.
4.
I looked it up.
Recording 6.4. 1.
Several extra visitors turned up. They took up our invitation. She took us out to an excellent restaurant. We should set up online sales as soon as we can.
Recording 6.5. 1.
David, have you met Elisa Vasconcelos?
No. Hello, Elisa. Nice to meet you.
2.
Jamil, do you know Sylvia?
Yes, of course. Hi, Sylvia. Good to see you again.
3.
How do you do? My name's Joko Hatono.
Nice to meet you. Mine's Brendan Lenehan.
4.
How are things?
Fine, thanks. It's good to be here.
5.
Can I get you something to drink?
That would be nice, thanks. I'll have some fruit juice.
Recording 6.6. 1.
Did your flight get in on time?
2.
How's your hotel?
3.
Have you been here before?
4.
Do you know your way around?
5.
How long are you staying?
6.
Could I use your phone, please?
Recording 6.7. 1,
I've just got off the train from Kiev.
2,
The food here is really delicious.
3,
My daughter plays the piano as well.
4,
I go to Tai Chi classes 3 times a week.
5,
I'm in food quality control.
6,
I worked in Malaysia for 3 years.
7,
I'm from Gdansk.
Unit 7, Marketing. Recording 7.1.
O, as in top job. Loss. Shop. What. Or, as in short course. Launch. Store. Court.
Recording 7.2.
O, as in top job. Model. Product. Quality. Want. Or, as in short course. Corporate. Course. Forecast.
Recording 7.3.
Which age group do you belong to? How much did you spend on soft drinks last month? Would you consider buying a different brand?
Recording 7.4. 1,
Do you take the packaging into account?
2,
How often do you buy spring water?
3,
How many bottles of water did you buy last week?
4,
Would you try fruit-flavoured mineral water?
5,
What kind of soft drinks do you usually buy?
Recording 7.5. 1,
Product. Order. Service.
2,
Credit. Payment. Success.
3,
Campaign. Forecast. Figures.
4,
Quality. Packaging. Marketing.
5,
Customer. Department. Specialist.
Recording 7.6. 1,
And your agent in Uruguay is Juan José Buero, B-U-A-R-O.
Sorry, no. B-U-E-R-O.
2,
All right. See you on Tuesday then.
Hold on a minute. The meeting is on Thursday.
Recording 7.7. 1,
Hello, Miss Peterson.
Hello, Mr. Gallegos. It's Mrs. Peterson, actually. How can I help you?
2,
And my sales report will be with you by the 30th.
Sorry, Ranesh. We're talking about the 13th.
3,
So, their number is 02082247895.
No, 82246895.
4,
And you said the advertising agency was at 75 Birchington Street.
Well, it's Birchington Road, actually.
5.
Good to hear you increased your market share by 9.5%.
Sorry, I said 5.5%.
6.
I hear 40% of the people you interviewed had difficulty finding our products.
That's not quite right, I'm afraid. I said 14%.
Recording 7.8. 1.
We interviewed more than people.
Sorry, how many people did you interview?
2.
Is unhappy about our sales figures.
The line's very bad, I'm afraid. Who's unhappy about our sales figures?
Recording 7.9. 1.
So, our new hair conditioner will be launched on...
I couldn't hear you. When will it be launched?
2.
We've already spent on advertising.
Sorry, how much have you spent?
3.
The manager was really very pleased.
Sorry, who was very pleased?
4.
He'd like to meet you in the afternoon.
It's a very bad line. When would he like to meet me?
5.
Our new range of toiletries should be targeted at...
Sorry? Who should our new range be targeted at?
6.
Our total sales were over...
Sorry, how much were they?
Unit 8. Planning. Recording 8.1.
Holiday. Do. Information. Ordinary. Other. Overspend. Work.
Recording 8.2.
Oh, as in top job. Holiday. Office. Or, as in short course. Ordinary. Forecast. Oo, as in school rules. Do. Move. As in much luck. Other. Company. As in first term. Work. World. As in about Canada. Information. Period. O, as in go slow. Overspend. Open.
Recording 8.3. 1.
They expect to make a huge profit.
2.
They're going to relaunch the series very soon.
3.
They're hoping to attract foreign investors.
Recording 8.4. 1.
What are you going to do?
2.
They intend to expand in Poland.
3.
He's planning to take early retirement.
4.
We're hoping to open a subsidiary in Madrid.
5.
They're going to do some research on their new product.
Recording 8.5. 1.
Inform. Information.
2.
Implement. Implementation.
3.
Prepare. Preparation.
4.
Consider. Consideration.
5.
Celebrate. Celebration.
6.
Renovate. Renovation.
7.
Expand. Expansion.
8.
Expect. Expectation.
9.
Modernize. Modernization.
10.
Discuss. Discussion.
11.
Decide. Decision.
12.
Revise. Revision.
Recording 8.6. 1.
We forecast an increase in sales.
Are you saying that business is picking up then?
2.
I don't think I can finish my report by Wednesday.
So what you're saying is that you won't be able to meet the deadline?
3.
Unfortunately, they did not estimate the costs properly.
You mean it was a lot more expensive?
4.
I hope Peterson will attend the board meeting.
You mean you're not completely sure he'll come?
5.
They're not expecting to move into their new offices until January.
So what you're saying is that they are not sticking to their plan.
6.
It seems that there's going to be a slight delay.
What exactly do you mean by slight delay?
Recording 8.7.
Anna?
Yes, speaking.
Hi, I'm phoning about our visitors from Stockholm. I'm afraid they've changed their plans.
You mean they're not coming next week?
Yes, they are, but they're arriving on Thursday, not on Wednesday as they originally planned.
I see. So what about our meeting?
Well, I think they're going to be very busy all day Thursday. You know, the performance evaluations and all that. They could see you after that, but I'm sure Friday morning would be better. Would 10 o'clock be convenient for you?
Well, I'm seeing an important client at 10:15. I can't change that, I'm afraid.
How about earlier, say 8:30?
All right, let's make it 8 o'clock, just to be on the safe side.
Fine. I'll confirm the appointment as soon as possible.
Thanks, Katie. That's great.
Unit 9. Managing People. Recording 9.1. 1.
Sales. Training. Persuasive. Pay.
2.
Launch. Order. Report. Talk.
3.
Money. Number. Other. Trust.
4.
Flow. Approach. Goal. Shareholder.
Recording 9.2. 1.
They told every one of us.
2.
She finds it easy to delegate authority.
3.
He believes in his employees' abilities.
4.
They've invested a lot in training courses.
5.
She likes to communicate information as often as possible.
Recording 9.3. 1.
He gained a lot of experience abroad.
2.
She told us that Alan wouldn't agree.
3.
The department isn't investing enough in training.
Recording 9.4. 1.
Budget. Invoice.
2.
Mistake. Support.
3.
Shareholder. Deputy. Manager.
4.
Suggestion. Assistant. Consultant.
Recording 9.5. 1.
Keep in touch.
2.
We'll be in touch soon.
3.
Have a safe journey back.
4.
I hope we'll see you again soon.
5.
Thanks for looking after me so well.
6.
Thanks ever so much for your hospitality.
Recording 9.6. 1.
What do you usually do after work?
Not much. I sometimes watch a video.
2.
Any plans for this evening?
Well, I'd just like to stay in the hotel and relax.
3.
What do people here usually do at weekends?
Many people go to their holiday cottages in the hills.
4.
We're going out. Why don't you join us?
That's very kind of you, but some other time.
5.
How do you usually spend the summer?
We all go to see my parents in Toulouse.
6.
So what do you think of Copenhagen?
It's great. Thanks for showing me around.
Recording 9.7. 1.
We're all sorry to see you leave.
2.
It's been a pleasure working with you.
3.
Goodbye. All the best.
4.
Thanks very much for your hospitality.
5.
Have a good weekend.
Recording 9.8. 1.
Hello, this is Max. I'm calling about your presentation on Friday. Just a couple of questions. What time would you like to start? And is the boardroom okay? Thanks. Bye.
2.
Hi, Sue Short from DataTrax here. I'm phoning about your order number AB987. We don't have item 14 in stock, I'm afraid. Can we send you another model of the same quality?
3.
Hi, this is Phil from Human Resources. I'm phoning about next week's job interviews. How many candidates do you want to interview? And something else. Do you need any help?
4.
Hello, Yeliz Gumas here. I'm ringing about your visit to Izmir. I've booked you into the Crown Plaza Hotel. Could you send me your flight details, by the way? Thanks.
Unit 10. Conflict. Recording 10.1.
Patient. Nervous. Propose. Success. Behavior. consistent, compromise, sympathy.
Recording 10.2.
Advice. Solution. Company. Complaint. Customer. Entertainment.
Recording 10.3.
We won't pay. We'll see. We wouldn't answer. We'd complain. I'll do it. I'd agree. She'll send it. She'd sign it.
Recording 10.4. 1.
I'd resign immediately.
2.
I'll send them a fax.
3.
We'll deliver the goods this week.
4.
They'd close our account.
5.
We wouldn't reduce the price.
6.
We'd pay all transport costs.
7.
They won't pay you a higher commission.
8.
We won't sign the contract.
Recording 10.5. 1.
If we pay late, they'll close our account.
2.
If you delivered this week, we'd pay all transport costs.
3.
If you gave us a 10% discount, we'd place our order early next week.
4.
If you exceed the sales target, they'll give you a bonus.
5.
If you pay cash, we'll give you an extra discount.
Recording 10.6. Speaker 1.
We talked about it already, so it was relatively easy to agree on transport and insurance, but they wouldn't give us the usual 10% discount. We told them 5% was unacceptable. They wouldn't compromise, so in the end we said we didn't want the goods, and we turned to a new supplier.
Speaker 2.
Yeah, bosses come and go, don't they? The new one seems okay. At least she listens to us. That's what we need in sales, more than in any other department, I think. The one before was so inconsistent and unsympathetic. He just couldn't work with us. That's when 3 of our best representatives decided to leave the company.
Speaker 3.
Strange email from him on Monday, and he called me into his office on Tuesday morning and started shouting at me. Would you believe it? He said that I always handed in my reports late. Fortunately, I still had that email he'd sent me informing me he was expecting my report on Thursday afternoon. I showed it to him, and in the end he did say he was sorry for being unfair. Good thing he did, otherwise I was prepared to resign.
Speaker 4.
Every week, I had 4 or 5 employees come up to me and complain about all the paperwork and about having to work much longer hours because of that. I knew they were right. There had been far too many redundancies. What could I do? I thought the best compromise was to hire some part-time administrative assistants. And that's exactly what we did.
Speaker 5.
We were working on the same project in 3 different teams, each working according to a different schedule. We were getting on well in my team, till Tony De Beer joined us, that is.
We disagreed about almost everything, and I found him very arrogant. We couldn't be more different, in fact. I found it all very stressful, so I just said to our team leader that the schedule no longer suited me, and I asked her to transfer me to another team.
Recording 10.7.
Philips Office Supplies International. Good morning.
It's Mary Lee here from Sunsing Advertising.
Hello, Miss Lee. How can I help you?
I'd like to make a complaint.
What seems to be the trouble?
You have just sent us the wrong invoice, I'm afraid.
Can you give me the details, please?
Right. The invoice number is 202A and the order number you quote is BG505. In fact, our order number is BG503.
Now, let me see. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. It's our fault entirely. I'm afraid there's been a mix-up.
When do you think you could sort it out?
I'll look into it and call you back as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. Goodbye, Miss Lee.
Unit 11. New Business. Recording 11.1.
Not. Naught. Spot. Sport. Shot. Short.
Recording 11.2. 1.
We'll send them all on a training course.
2.
Let's sort out this problem before Pauline gets here.
3.
According to this report, interest rates will soon fall.
4.
We need to reform our tax system in order to stimulate exports.
5.
They've closed 40 of their stores and cut their workforce by a quarter.
Recording 11.3. 1.
As soon as interest rates fall, consumer spending goes up.
2.
I'll sign the new contract as soon as I've read all the details.
Recording 11.4. 1.
We'll set up in that area when the situation has improved.
2.
We'll sort it out when Alan arrives.
Recording 11.5. 1.
January the 20th. The 12th of October.
Recording 11.6. 1.
The 14th of February.
2.
September the 15th.
3.
The 16th of April.
4.
December the 17th.
5.
The 3rd of June.
6.
The 4th of July.
Recording 11.7. 1.
£13.
2.
40%.
3.
350 million.
4.
1,416 yen.
5.
$80,000.
6.
1,200 euros.
7.
2/5.
Recording 11.8. 1.
Did the unemployment rate decrease?
Yes, It went down by 0.5% to reach 11.3%.
2.
Do you know the FTSE index?
Hold on. Yes, it closed 114.2 points higher at 5,833.9 points.
3.
What's the basic rate of income tax in the UK?
Well, it was reduced from 23 to 22% a couple of years ago.
4.
And what percentage of all income taxpayers pay the basic rate?
About 75 or 80%, I think.
5.
What's the euro-dollar exchange rate?
Somewhere between 0.79 and 0.82 against the dollar, I'd say.
6.
What's the population of the UK?
Just over 60.5 million. So that's about 250 people per square kilometre.
Recording 11.9.
And now in our business programme, here is the country in figures. The growth rate of the economy last year was 3.1%, and the GDP per capita was $26,200. The inflation rate was 2.3%. The labour force is estimated at 2.967 million. 81% are employed in the services, 14% in industry, and 5% in agriculture. The unemployment rate fell to 4.9%. Finally, let's turn to the budget. Revenues totaled $54.7 billion and expenditure $53.1 billion. With me in the studio is Professor Gary Myers of the National Institute of Economics. So, Professor Myers, what are the prospects for the next 6 months?
Recording 11.10. 1.
Was that 2.5%?
No, 2.8%.
2.
Did you say 2.4%?
Sorry, no, 3.4%.
Recording 11.11. 1.
So, the unemployment rate went up by 1.2%.
Sorry, no, I said 1.1%.
2.
So 36.7% of the people in Denmark own a computer.
37.7% to be precise.
3.
Did you say the GDP totalled £853 billion last year?
Not quite. It was 843 billion.
Unit 12. Products. Recording 12.1. 1.
Stylish. Grow. Produce.
2.
Comfortable. Manufacture.
3.
Our new products are attractive and practical.
4.
They're also flexible and user-friendly.
5.
We have a lot of products for customers with busy lifestyles.
6.
They haven't announced the launch date yet.
Recording 12.2. 1.
It's ideal for storing CDs.
2.
It's got lots of interesting features.
3.
Its weight is just under 3 kilos.
4.
Its most attractive feature is that it's easy to operate.
5.
It's got all you need for home and office use.
6.
It's available in 3 different colours.
Recording 12.3. 1.
It's delivered.
2.
They're manufactured.
3.
It was modified.
4.
They were discontinued.
5.
It's been advertised.
6.
They've been promoted.
7.
It'll be tested.
8.
They'll be insured.
Recording 12.4. A.
It was modified after the tests.
B.
They'll be insured against fire.
C.
It's been advertised in all national newspapers.
D.
They've been promoted to senior managers.
E.
They were discontinued because of poor sales.
F.
They're manufactured in Korea.
G.
It'll be tested in our laboratories.
H.
It's delivered within a week.
Recording 12.5. 1.
Could you tell us something about the special features of your office furniture?
2.
What colours is it available in?
3.
And what about the weight of this handheld TV?
4.
Did you say it has an energy-saving device?
5.
So, what's its unique selling point?
6.
What kind of guarantee do you offer?
Recording 12.6.
Our new model has several special features which will appeal to our customers. It's stylish and it's made of stainless steel. It weighs just under 2.2 kilos and its length is 21 centimetres. It's ideal for the office. Another advantage is that it's very user-friendly. And finally, it costs €99. Great value for money.
Recording 12.7. 1.
And it comes in 2 elegant colours and gives you optimum efficiency while taking up a minimum of space. In just a few minutes, water is heated to the ideal temperature for a rich Italian taste. And a small heater built into the top will always keep your cups perfectly warm to make sure you...
2.
And it's got a timer, which makes it ideal for office or domestic use. It's 75 centimetres high, 45 centimetres wide, and 30 centimetres deep, and weighs 40 kilograms. It's ideal for room sizes of up to 25 square metres. Besides its incredible cooling facility, it also has a heating mode, which is great.
3.
Is that it's designed for those who want high tech in their business and need high quality colour documents. It can detect paper type and then select the ideal mode for any paper and film. and the quality of the printing.
4.
And on to our next item. It's the most exclusive model in our Eternity collection, designed for you to enjoy the art of precision timekeeping. It has got a steel casing, a pearl white dial, and a large red second hand. It comes with a black natural rubber strap that has our logo in blue and white enamel on it.
5.
So as you can see, it is robust, but not noticed easily. It uses PIR, passive infrared technology, to detect body heat if somebody breaks in. And the whole system is controlled by a user-friendly keypad, which has
6.
It's great because it's spacious and light. It is provided with a removable divider, key-operated locks, and digital combination. Made from highly resistant cowhide leather, it includes a new innovative twisting handle.
Copyright Pearson Education Limited, 2007.